Welcome to the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, where Jonathan Sims starts on pole from Remy LeBeau and Prix. Sebastian Ocampo is fourth from points leader Daf Sanchez and Nicholas Palomino. Then it's first Theo in seventh from Ryan Burden and Lam Fong. Grace Hunter running out the top 10 from Ray Chen and James Garnett. Matthew Hart is 13th from Daniel Baltasarov and Hun Lam Phi. Then it's Charles Hernandez and your boy from Guillermo Perez, Francis Austin and Weiser Alves, with the back row of Nunez Garcia and Dominic Venezuela. Well then, two races down, here's another one for you. It's the ChampCar Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. And we are underway in the green Manfei car of Sims, getting a pretty good start there compared to Remy LeBeau, coming up the hill of turn one, and Remy still remaining up alongside him. That's one of the McLarens who's gone airborne. Grace Hunter with front wing damage. And yellow's in the opening sector. Vanislav having to reverse his car to get it back facing the right direction, looking back with Jonathan Sims, who leads from Remy LeBeau and Sebastian Ocampo. Prix is up in fourth from Palomino, who has gotten past Daf Sanchez off the line. Theo has dropped down to 8th position. Grace Hunter is in the wall again. And we've got yellows in sector 2 for the rookie from Belgium. The broken steering column. Tries to get it facing back the right direction. Got a lot of space to do so, and does. That's great news for the driver of the 16, but of course we'll have to get that front wing repaired, and that is not free. Ocampo's got a good run on Remy LeBeau on lap 2 of 17. Doesn't get the best line coming through turn 1. Quite wide for Theo too. A lot of the guys is absolutely throwing their cars into the gravel, but Ocampo makes the lunge down the inside and takes second for now. But that attack mode comeback for Remy LeBeau sees them up into second. And you know, the top 3 in this race are all currently yet to score points. Like the top 4 in this race are all yet to score. Not even the top 4. I don't think Palomino scored either. Top 5, all pointless drivers this season. Grace Hunter is coming to the pits. This is going to be great for the title hopes. As a look at that from Ocampo, getting passed by Prix. Didn't actually look like he was fighting him too hard, so might just be doing some tyre management. Remy LeBeau with the fastest lap of 53.3. Blisteringly quick. Off the track for Ocampo though. Wide off the track for Theo, and Hunter gonna re-emerge in this race. I think that's quite a ways down the order. That's 20th on the road. Now 21st on the road. Probably going to be 22nd on the road, but a lap down too, if the 98 can get past quickly. Speaking of getting past quickly, you know, Palomino's going to have to get past Prix quickly and then build up the gap if he wants to finish second today. Because that number 99 has built up a 2-second gap to Remy LeBeau. I think he's just backing the pack into Daf Sanchez right now. A team strategy play? Don't know, because Ocampo is into the wall. Sly job for the 2-time Formula E champion. Ray Chen is into the pits. And can the man from the Philippines get it pointing the right direction again? He can, but hit in the back by Nunez Garcia. And we've seen already, a low front grip doesn't really bode well to this track, and you can tell, airborne for Ocampo, and yellow's in the opening sector. Remy LeBeau's got a pretty good run on Jonathan Sims. Keep an eye on the black and red Pinnacle Motorsport car. He's just been passed by Ray Chen, and for Ocampo, this has been really unfortunate, and he's just got no grip going through there. He's got a time penalty for track limits, but he's just flown into the air. And speaking of limits, no limits to Remy LeBeau's pace. Someone's off into the wall there. That is Lam Fong, who's hit the barriers. Sims is coming to the pit, so Remy LeBeau leads from Nicholas Palomino and Prix. Yellow's in the opener. That's Lam Fong. He's facing the wrong direction. Hit by his teammate, Matthew Hart. And we've got yellows again. Is that for Hun Lam Phi? Don't know. The McLaren is upside down. Your boy is out of this race. Hart forms a blockade. Sims is hit. Matthew Hart, his own countryman. And he's been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That's the mania you expect here in St. Pete. Luckily for Lam Phong and for Sims, they're going to be coming through turn 3 with low speed. And for Matthew, oh my goodness me! He's just absolutely driven into Nunes Garcia, so as James Barnett. Oh my goodness me! These guys are taking to the air more than the gosh darn Thunderbirds. Unbelievable scenes here in St. Petersburg. But it is Nicholas Palomino who was leading for a bit. Remy LeBeau back up there, but now it's the 52 of Charles Hernandez who leads. Yet to stop. Out of the pits comes Remy, and he's in front of his old teammate and his current Formula E team owner, who's in the wall and out of the race. Oh, that was a big flip for Jonathan Sims. Hearing on the radio, though, he is alright, thankfully. He will have to be taken to the medical centre, though. And that is our second full course caution in quick succession. When I mean quick succession, I mean it. I mean, Grace Hunter, who's a lap down, hasn't actually been able to count himself as in front of his teammate. But now can. Hernandez is the only man yet to come into the pits in this race. And for Jonathan Sims and that entire Manthe outfit, rather, just continued bad luck. That's all I can say. Because they've got a quick car underneath them, but no luck for it. In comes the 52. 26% tyre wear after just a few laps, and Remy LeBeau 5-second time penalty for track limits. Won't bother him too much. He's already more than 5 seconds up on Palomino. For Prix, matters a lot more. He's only 2 seconds up on his teammate. What can Ryan Burton do? Right behind Dav Sanchez. Makes the lunge into 3. Contacts, but isn't in the wall. Time penalty, though, for car 72 and for car 73. Both for track limits. Bogsasarov getting past. Just missed tearing that car up. Going through the gears there, but, you know, doesn't matter too much. Doesn't impact the actual race itself. Palomino didn't get the best run out of those few turns, but I'm sure over the radio his team's just going, just be calm and just get to the end of this race, please. Because his teammate already out of the race. It's 9 laps to go. He come through turn 1. Palomino with a track limits warning. Burton, 5-second time penalty for track limits. And no, for Nicholas Palomino, he's fighting against his old teammate. Prix almost forcing Nicholas off the track there. Vita also the 3rd and final track limits warning. And note for Nicholas, he's now a firmly established member of the Sims Manthe family right now. That is where he is. There is, however, an alternate timeline where he stays with Hyperdrive. Matthew Hart, 5-second time penalty for track limits. Nunes Garcia, 3rd and final track limits warning. These are coming in thick and fast right now. Top 2 both with penalties. And we are on to lap 9 of 17. Remy LeBeau leads from Prix and Pri's former teammate Nicholas Palomino. You know, for Palomino, he knows how to get past his own teammate. I mean, he had to do it many times en route to his first championship. Coming through turn 3, though, he knows he's got to be a lot closer. And by closer, I mean as close as Guillermo Perez is to Lam Phong, heading into 1, but lost out quite a bit. Hernandez has got a time penalty for track limits. Doesn't care. Makes the launch into turn 3. Crucially doesn't hit the Andretti green number 23. And Hernandez now in front of Francis Austin into the pits for both Sebastian Ocampo and Grace Hunter. Ocampo down in 19th right now. That's a worrying sign. Remy LeBeau is into the pits and will be serving that time penalty. So 10 laps to go. Prix leads on those hard tyres. And he's probably going to keep building up that gap to Nicholas Palomino if he keeps up that momentum that he's got. Your championship leader in the 72. Looking back with Daf Sanchez. And Ocampo's now a lap down and he's holding up his own countryman and his former teammate. Sanchez was quite close to the back of Bogdasarov there, but isn't anymore. These guys are going to start encountering lap traffic. I think Vanislav and Shen should be quite safe from this issue. Ocampo is not, and he has been given all of the blue flags possible. Vanislav, 5-second time penalty for track limits. You know, blue flags not quite a set in stone rule as in comes the 93. You are expected to race everyone equally, no matter what lap they're on. Let the words come out of me correctly. Vita Alves with a time penalty for track limits. And the top 5 all with 5-second time penalties, by the way. There's Theo, this man in the 38, highest placed driver without any penalties. Hun Lam Phi into the first turn, and he's got a 5-second time penalty of his own. His teammate Guillermo Perez has come in. Thought we were seeing him come in because there's so many red cars on the field. And Ryan Burton. What's that? No. Inez Garcia on the back of Prix. He's trying to unlap himself here. And, you know, there's no rules against that. Goes wide, close to the wall. Track limits warning as into the pits comes Prix. And, you know, close as you want with the walls, but he almost gave that wall a full-on French kiss. Ryan Burton now leads in his rookie season. And there is a Power Motorsport man behind that 72 of Daf Sanchez, but it's Sebastian Ocampo, who came into this race last in the standings and will honestly probably leave this race last in the standings too. It has not been a very kind ChampCar World Series to most of the current Formula E drivers who have decided to run both categories. There's Theo currently running up in 4th, highest placed driver without any time penalties, as James Barnett getting a time penalty for track limits. And, you know, just running on board with Ocampo, he could unlap himself. It definitely looks and probably feels like he's got the faster car. But he's just not allowed to use it until coming through there, off the track for the 76. Burton's in, Sanchez is in, Hernandez is in. Palomino, however, stays out, and he will be leading to lap 13 of 17, with Hun Lam Phi being the man behind him. Another track limits warning for Nico. A side-by-side into turn 1. Bogdasarov being forced off the track and forced into 4th, rather. Pri's running a net P2 right now. Could try and go after the race lead. We could see an inter-team driver championship battle, which we haven't seen in the ERL for quite some time. Max Borkar and Kwon Todoroki, I think, were definitely both in championship contention in Season 1 IndyCar. At least I think, at the very least. But aside from that, you do have to go back to about Season 20 to Revo versus Marcus Nelson, featuring Sebastian Ocampo and Oscar Folstad, but mainly Oscar Folstad. We've got 3 to go. Palomino leads, but look at this pace from Prix, who gets a first track limits warning. We've got yellows. That's Ray Shen, is it? No, it's not. That's a lapped car, I think. We are back under the greens, and no, it's James Barnett who goes off the track. Oh my goodness! Just said someone was about to French kiss a wall around here in St. Pete, but God, looked as if he was about to eat a baguette or something. Bogdasarov past Hun Lam Phi as Ryan Burton gets past James Barnett, aka JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Says JBA on the timing tower. I can't resist. I'm not a funny man, but I do make jokes often. On board with the 19, and I think he's going to be pitting, and he will be coming in and serving that time penalty. Palomino leads. Qui is second. Bogdasarov is third. Now, last season in IndyCar, we saw a rookie champion. We've got the opportunity to see that this season in ChampCar, but all of these guys, they've got to work on their consistency, because we've always got at least one rookie running top 5 each race. But out of these first 3 races, it's never been the same one. We've got Guillermo Perez running currently in 8th with a 5-second time penalty to his name. You still have helicopters that help out with the overall broadcast package flying up above. We're on to lap 16 of 17. Qui with a second track limits warning. He's absolutely flying here. If he goes off the track too much, though, he will be slapped for the 5-second time penalty. Track limits warning for the number 22 of Ryan Burton. And this could mean quite a lot for him, too. Top 4 finish in St. Pete. It's nothing to scoff at all. With the Qui losing grip, so is Nicholas Palomino. But at this point in time, that's where grip levels begin to really just about stabilize between the softs and the mediums. 27% for Qui and 27% for Palomino. Losing tire wear at roughly the same rate now. There's going to be a point where 1 lap older medium tires are actually going to be faster than the softs, but it is going to be very late into this race. Maybe too late for the 93 to hold on. We're on to the final lap. Nicholas Palomino leads us on track, but that right there is the man from the Netherlands in the 99 car. Qui, he's 1.5 seconds back. He can see him. He can see Palomino in his sights. Nav Sanchez's teammate was a championship leader heading into this race. That championship lead could actually switch hands, I believe, leaving here today as Shen getting a time penalty for track limits. We've had 2 caution periods in this race. 1 for a McLaren, 1 for a Manthe. And while a Manthe driver will be leading us to the checkered flag, he will not be the one credited with victory. Palomino comes to the line in first, but it will be Qui who wins the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Bogdasarov hit with a 5-second time penalty. Do you know what that means? Ryan Burton is going to be 4th, but if he didn't have a time penalty, that would have been so much sweeter for him. Vita Alves comes to the line, and I think he will be credited as 4th. Sanchez got a time penalty on that final lap as well. That's just the nature of racing around here. As the rest of the pack making their way through the final turns now. Sebastian Ocampo time penalty for track limits. Grace Hunter 2 laps down. Unbelievable. Well, in the ERL, chaos is your soup of the day. But one man's mastered that today here in St. Pete. That man being Qui. He's taken victory from Nicholas Palomino and Daniel Bogdasarov. What a top 3 we've got here today. Outside of the podium, you've got Vita Alves from Ryan Burton and Nav Sanchez. Then it's Lam V, Charles Hernandez, your top 8 from Lam Fong, and Guillermo Perez, the top 10. Dominic Vanislau went from the back of the pack to 11th, but just outside of the points for the AJ Foyt driver. And behind him, there's Theo, Ray Shen, Remy LeBeau, Francis Austin, James Barnett, Matthew Hart, Nunes Garcia, Sebastian Ocampo, and Grace Hunter, who was 2 laps down. Your non-finishes third, Jonathan Simpson, your boy. So in the driver standings, Daniel Bogdasarov is only 1 point in front of Nav Sanchez. Then it's Nicholas Palomino, Guillermo Perez, Qui, Charles Hernandez, Nunes Garcia, Garcia, and your boys in top 8 in the standings from Ray Shen, Vita Alves, James Barnett tied with Ryan Burton. Then comes Grace Hunter and Lamfi, Lamfong, Matthew Hart from Francis Austin, and Dominic Vanisla, with the non-scorers being Sebastian Ocampo versus Leo, Jonathan Sims, and Remy LeBeau. And Remy LeBeau and Jonathan Sims, they were on the front row, and so to not walk away with this race with any points, it's going to impact them quite a bit. And for Remy, it's going to hurt a lot more. He's driving in Formula E. Heading into the ChampCar Trophy of Belgium, Hyperdrive Racing lead the constructor standings quite a ways in front of AJ Foyt Racing. That's 10 points up on Chip Ganassi Racing mode, with Manfei Racing being 4 points down. Apex Grand Prix are 5th from Mission Winnow Power Motorsport and Aaron McLaren SP, Dennis Andretti Green Racing, Marlboro Team Penske, Team Forsyth tied with Maya Shank Racing. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL returns.